That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe. Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a, brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
For the Mariners.
This is Dan Wilson. Here's our starting lineup for tonight.
Leading off, the third baseman,
Brendan Donovan, University of South Alabama.
Goodbye, baseball. Welcome to Seattle. Brendan Donovan.
Batting second, the DH.
Big jumper. First day.
There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
Batting third, the center fielder.
Julio Rodriguez from Loma de Cabrera, Dominican Republic.
Julio, he's second of the day, and the celebration is on here at T-Mobile Park. This place has erupted.
Batting cleanup, the first baseman.
Josh Naylor, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada.
Bases clearing, three-run double by Josh Naylor.
Batting fifth, in left field.
Randy Arozarena, y soy cubano y mexicano.
Randy Arozarena, his career-high 24th home run of the season.
Batting sixth, the right fielder.
Luke Rayleigh, Hinkley, Ohio.
Goodbye, baseball. Luke Rayleigh ties it up.
Batting seventh, the shortstop.
J.P. Crawford, Long Beach, California.
J.P. Crawford with a walk-off two-run home run.
Batting eighth, the catcher.
Mitch Garver from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off two-run home run for Mitch Garver.
Batting ninth, at second base.
Cole Young, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Cole Young, three-run home run, and the Mariners have the lead.
And taking the ball for the Mariners.
George Kirby, Ron York, Elon University.
Strike three called. There it is, career high. Strikeout number 14. Burns in a fastball right past Adele. George Kirby dealing all day long. Well, it was Logan Gilbert yesterday dealing. Can George Kirby repeat the feat against the Astros today? The Mariners looking to sweep the Astros in 4. We'll come back. We have first pitch and play-by-play coming your way right after this. Well, 3 marquee interleague matchups are coming up at T-Mobile Park. You won't want to miss this. Atlanta Braves in town from May 4th to the 6th. The Padres will be here the 15th to the 17th. And the Mets beginning in June 1st to the 3rd. Lock in your seats. You don't want to miss it. Mariners.com/tickets. This is one you don't want to miss as well. George Kirby on the mound today for the Mariners, going through his warm-up tosses. Rick, this has been a very fun series for the Mariners so far. Now it's bounce back after a tough road trip and a chance to do something that's hard to do. It's not easy to sweep a team in 4 games. And the Mariners have a chance to do it against their division rivals, which makes it all the better.
No doubt about it, Gary. Usually a sweep is a 3-game series. If you sweep in a 4-game series, I think they call it a mop. And they got the right guy on the mound to do that. George Kirby, he's going to throw a ton of strikes. In 3 starts this year, he's walked only 5 guys all season long. That's been an issue with the Houston Astros. We talked about it the last 3 days. Their pitchers just haven't been able to throw a lot of strikes at all. The Mariners capitalize and mixing in some big base hits as well. So the Mariners have a chance to make it 4 in a row against the Astros. We got a nice crowd on hand here at T-Mobile Park. The roof is wide open. Welcome to Mariners baseball, everybody, as we get ready for the 4th and final game of this series with the Astros. George Kirby takes the mound, a record of 1-2 with a 3.60 ERA. Jose Altuve will lead things off for Houston, and here we go. George looks in and gets a sign from Mitch Garver doing the catching this afternoon. The pitch on the way to Altuve. Swing and a foul back. He likes that first pitch. And the count is 0-1. And the first pitch of the game brought to you by Multicare. Health is calling. Let them help you answer. Fans still settle in to T-Mobile Park right after the game today. The Mariners hop on a plane and head south to San Diego. Here's a pitch on the way, and it's high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Altuve doesn't just swing at a baseball. He attacks it. He's a little guy, but man, he generates a lot of power. He's got 2 home runs on the year. Next offer on the way, swinging a high fly ball, left field deep in toward the corner. Randy on the run, starting to run out of room, and this one is going to be a foul ball, and he caught it. He caught it. Lost sight of Randy, and I'm looking at the third base umpire who pumps up the right arm. That's Clint Vondrack. So Randy Arozarena right at the wall in the corner. We lost sight of him. He disappeared, but he makes the catch, and there's 1 away for Houston here in the top of the first.
Just enough room, and credit the fans there on the sidewall. They could have reached over, interfered. They let it alone, and Randy made the catch.
Smart fans, leave it alone. Give Randy a chance, or the right fielder Luke Raley. If that happens to Luke, here's Yordan Alvarez swinging fly ball into the gap in right center field. On the run, Julio to Raley, and Julio gets there first to make the catch right in front of the warning track. Man, anytime you can retire Alvarez, it's a big deal, and to get him out on the first pitch is even bigger. So right away, 4 pitches from George Kirby. He's got 2 quick outs here in the first. And that'll bring up designated hitter Isaac Paredes. Cloudy skies this afternoon, but the roof is wide open. Lights are on and helping out a little bit because of the cloudy conditions. Here's Paredes, a right-handed hitter, batting .225. George Kirby into the windup and the pitch. Paredes takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Home plate umpire this afternoon is Todd Titchener. Austin Jones at first, Adam Hammery the umpire at second, Clint Vondrack is the umpire at third. Now the windup and the next offer on the way. Strike 2 called, 0-2 the count, and George is going to fill up the strike zone. In his last outing at Texas, a complete game. A 3-2 loss. He went 8 innings, gave up 3 runs, 6 hits, no walks, and he struck out 4. Pitched very well. The Mariners had 0 offense. Next offer, swinging a foul back, and the count is still 0-2 on Paredes. Start before that, a 5-3 loss here at home against New York, but then, man, he pitched great. His first start of the year on March the 27th, a 5-1 win over the Guardians here in Seattle, 6 innings. Here's a swing and a pop-up out of play in the first base side, and the count is still 0-2, and George doesn't give in. Paredes knows that, so he's fought off the last couple of pitches with 2 strikes. On deck is Christian Walker. George with a new baseball. The windup and the 0-2, swinging another pop-up out of play in the first base side. And the count is still 0-2. George grew up in the shadows of Citi Field, the home of the New York Mets. Grew up in Rye, New York. First round pick by the Mariners in June of 2019 out of a little school called Elon University. The windup and the pitch, swinging a line drive into the gap in right center field. Over to cut it off is Julio. Gets to it in a hurry and gets a throw in to keep Paredes to a 2-out single. So 1 aboard for the Astros, and that'll bring up Christian Walker. For the Mariners, yes, indeed, trying to make it 4 wins in a row. They won the opening game of the series 3 nights ago, 9-6. They came from behind, down 7-2 to beat the Astros 8-7 the next night. That was the walk-off base hit by J.P. Crawford. And the great pitching yesterday afternoon by Logan Gilbert, winning 6-1. Here's Walker, pitch out of the way, and it's high and outside for ball one.
Credit Paredes on that last hit as Kirby went well out of the zone up in the corner. It was 97. That's the kind you tip your cap to. Trying to get some chase, and Paredes knocked it into center field.
Went out and got it. Here's next off for fastball. Swing and a miss. That had some mustard on it. And 98 miles an hour. And the count is even on Walker at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Paredes just had a great at bat. He's on at first base, held on by Naylor. Now the stretch and the 1-1 on the way to Walker. It's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Got a kick out of the interview with Logan Gilbert after he picked off Jose Altuve in the top of the first inning yesterday. He gave all the credit to the bench, to Cal Raleigh, and to Josh Naylor, who put a heck of a deke on Altuve. Was caught flat-footed. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. Fair, 2-hopper, taken by Donovan. Toss across in time to get Walker, and that's going to retire the side. So that's it for the Astros in the top of the first inning. Nice job and nice start for George Kirby. No runs.
Rice with a 2-out RBI double to right field in the first inning.
Driven deep to right field. Going back rally. Tracked. Wall. See ya. Ben Rice red hot with a solo home run. Yankees lead 5-2.
The look of a hitter who is locked in early in the season.
And Ben Rice is, I can't believe it, his first home run of the season, 427 feet. It takes the sails out of what's going on in the dugout. That makes a big difference that the first batter came up and immediately gets one of the runs back.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Historic moment.
Number 60, the magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Lock in your seats today at mariners.com/tickets.
Jet City Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only. We don't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax. Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley at Jet City Harley. That's every pre-owned Harley discounted by your sales tax. Now through Sunday at Jet City Harley.
Mariners and the Astros no scores. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Mike Burrows on the mound delivers his first pitch to Brendan Donovan, low and outside for ball 1. Burrows the next offering to Brendan. A strike call. The count evens up right away at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike Burrows 1-2 with a 5.63 ERA, and that's been the issue for the Houston Astros. Their pitching. They have a team ERA of 6.49. Next offer on the way. A strike called, and Donovan wants to challenge it.
You have to think there's some pressure on Burrows today, given how the series has gone for Astros starters, to give the Astros some innings.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Gary. Well, Brendan loses that challenge. It is a strike, so the Mariners lose one of their 2 challenges right at the start of the game. 1-2 on Donovan, no score. Burrows ready, the former Pirate, delivers. Swing and a foul behind the plate off the bat of Donovan, and the count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, I was taking a look at it the other day, Gary. The starters in 3 games have combined to throw 5 2/3 innings. The 3 starters for Houston. Amai the other day got 1 out in the first inning. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a foul back by Donovan, and the count is still 1-2.
Mariners only have 2 single starts this year below 5 innings. The contrast. Yeah.
Right there. Oh, my goodness. I mean, Cody Bolton, a reliever, went 1+ last night. Here's a swing and a ground ball wide at first. Backhanded by Walker. Underhand flip to the pitcher. Burrows covering first on the play in time to get Brendan Donovan. And there's 1 away for the Mariners here in the inning. Bottom of the first, that'll bring up designated hitter Cal Raleigh. But Bolton 1+ last night. Lance McCullers 2 nights ago, 4 in the third. And then, as we mentioned, Tatsuya Amai, only a third of an inning. He just went on the 15-day IL along with Jeremy Pena. Here's the windup and the pitch to Cal Raleigh. Swinging a fly ball into shallow left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Broken bat single for Cal Raleigh, and the Mariners have a man aboard here in the bottom of inning number 1. And now Cal is just 2 hits away from 500 hits in his major league career. 1 on and 1 away. That'll bring up center fielder Julio Rodriguez. So that has been a major problem. So many injuries for the Astros. And that starting staff has been decimated, including losing their ace a few days ago, Hunter Brown. The stretch and the pitch to Julio. Check swing. It's outside for ball 1. Josh Hader, their outstanding closer, is on the IL. Tatsuya Amai just going on the IL. Pena, Christian Javier, one of their starters. Hayden Wesneski. Here's the stretch and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Julio. Swinging a pop-up out of play in the first base side, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike, along with Ronel Blanco. 4 starters on the IL. And for the Astros, they played only 16 games here at the start of the year.
And the Hunter Brown one stings. He's a Cy Young contender, one of the best pitchers in the game.
Huge loss. Next pitch to Julio. Fastball misses outside from Burrows. Ball 2, 2-1.
And he's one, even if the rest of your staff is struggling, you know you're going to get 6 or 7 innings every time he goes out, which is something you can kind of build around. But now that's gone as well.
Bullpen doesn't get a break. They've worked more innings than the starters at the start of the year. Pitch to Julio. Way up high for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. On deck is Josh Naylor. And it shows, and the bullpen really having a rough time trying to throw strikes. So many walks in last night's game and the night before, and the night before that. Mariners have capitalized. The stretch and the 3-1 to Julio, swinging a hot ground ball down the third base line off the glove of Correa, trying to backhand it, stab at it. Down the left field line it goes. Around to third goes Cal Raleigh, and at second, Julio Rodriguez, and I'm giving Julio a double. That was a screaming ground ball inside the bag at third. Carlos Correa trying to backhand it, stop. Glanced off his glove. That was a bullet off the bat of Julio. And now the Mariners have runners on at second and third with 1 away.
Yeah, that was 110 off the bat. That should be a double for sure. A screamer by Julio. And he's had a couple really good days in a row offensively coming into today. It's been great to see.
He's now 6 for 14 in the series, so Julio's bat heating up. And here's Josh Naylor looking to stoke a fire under his bat, looking for his first home run of the season. Here's the stretch by Burrows, and the pitch to Naylor. Swing and a foul. And got a piece of Naylor or the catcher Diaz. The ball rolls all the way up the third base line to the runner there, Cal Raleigh. 0-1 the count on Josh. So the Mariners right away have a chance to get the starting pitcher Mike Burrows out of Waterford, Connecticut. The set by Burrows and the right-handers. 0-1 on the way to Naylor. Swing and a well-hit ball into right field. Going back is Smith, and this one is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Number 1 for Josh Naylor. A line drive into the lower deck in right field. A 3-run home run. The Mariners lead the Astros 3-0. It has been a series of firsts for a lot of hitters looking to get the bats going, and Josh Naylor touches home with a 3-run home run. 3-0 Mariners.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better start. 3 on the board early. And it's great to see Josh Naylor check in with number 1 on the season.
Here's Randy Rosarena. The pitch to Randy is a strike. 0-1.
Julio talked about he missed his old friend, the Trident. He's been acquainted with the Trident this series. Now Josh Naylor gets to be reacquainted with the Trident.
Bats are heating up. Next off on the way, swing by Randy. High fly ball straightaway center. Underneath it is Taylor Trammell. Is there, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 outs. Man, what a shot by Josh Naylor. Line drive over the head of Cam Smith. and into about the second row of seats in right field, if that.
You know, he's come close a few times this year. Couple to the wall, and he was waiting for that first one.
It was some kind of a tee shot. Luke Raley, the hitter, he's got 3 home runs on the year. The pitch to Luke is inside for ball 1. And Luke had a big night last night. He was 3 for 5, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and a change. And the count is even on Luke at 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh Naylor getting the Mariners on the board right away here at the bottom of the first. Now the windup and the 1-1 to Raley, swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-2.
And for Naylor, his first extra base hit of the season. He's a guy where the home run totals might not be huge, but last year 20 home runs, 29 doubles. That's a lot of extra base hits.
92 runs batted in, 30 steals. Here's the pitch to Luke, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. But the Mariners get 3 here in the bottom of the first on Josh Naylor's first home run of the season. We go to the top half of the second. Our Mechanics Bank.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. He is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It's the Mariners 3, the Astros nothing as we go to the top half of the second thanks to Josh Naylor's 3-run home run. Carlos Correa leading off the inning with a swing and a squibbler along the first base side, and it sneaks into right field for a leadoff single for Correa. Josh Naylor playing way off the bag for Correa, right-handed hitter. He squibbed it off the end of the bat and got it out into right field. So a leadoff single for Correa, and that'll bring up right fielder Cam Smith. All right, time now for the roof report from 3 Tree Roofing, and the roof is wide open. Lights are on a cloudy Monday afternoon, a wraparound weekend series. 4-game set between the Mariners and the Astros. Here's Smith. The stretch by Kirby. He delivers low and inside for ball 1. The roof report brought to you by 3 Tree Roofing, the #1 roofer in Washington. Go to 3treeroofing.com for a free estimate today. Set by Kirby, and the right-hander's next offering, swinging a chopper out near the bag at second. Taking it is Cole Young, steps on the bag for 1. His throw to first base in time for the tailor-made convenient 4-3 double play. Bouncing ball took Cole Young right to the bag for the out on Correa. Then had plenty of time to throw to Naylor to complete the double play. The ball that was hit by Cam Smith. So 2 down. And the batter will be center fielder Taylor Trammell. A chance to catch up with Taylor this morning before the ball game. Former Mariner. Here's the pitch to him. It's a strike from Kirby, 0-1. Taylor spending time in Seattle from 21 to 23. Was called up early in the season. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Does he go? Yes, he does. And the count is 0-2 on Trammell. And in his first official at bat as a Houston Astro this year, he was with Houston last year, hit a 3-run double off the wall in left center field a couple of nights ago. Kirby the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back. Good fastball at 98. Kirby's feeling good with his fastball. Good velocity, 97, 98. Trammell last year with the Astros hit 197, had 3 home runs. Now the windup in the 0-2 again. Swinging a foul out of play in the third base side. And the count is still 0-2. A lot of times you don't see George go to ball 1 with the count 0-2. He's still right around the edges. That forces the hitter kind of swing at those pitches because they could be called strikes. The windup and again the 0-2 on the way. Check swing and George wanted strike 3. And it's going to be ball 1 just off the plate. No challenge from Mitch Garver. Garver and Cal Raleigh have been very, very good on the ABS challenges. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a ground ball, slow roller up the first base line, right at the bag. It's going to be a fair ball. Taken by Naylor. Steps on the bag for the out, and that's going to retire the side. So 1-2-3 go the Astros despite the leadoff single by Carlos Correa. We go to the bottom.
This ball is launched to right. Dom Smith, a deep blast. And Atlanta with a couple of solo homers and a 2-0 lead.
How about the location? That's elevated. It's 97. A little bit of cut to it, a little bit of vert. Exactly where he wanted it. But Dom Smith doing his homework and ready for it and crushes that one to right.
A no-doubter for his second of the season.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Guaranteed postseason access and no ticket fees. Join today at mariners.com/flex.
Well, we head to the bottom half of the second inning on a cloudy Monday afternoon. The Mariners leading the Astros by a score of 3-0. Glad you could join us for all the play-by-play today before the Mariners head south to San Diego right after this game. J.P. Crawford will lead things off with a swing and a hard-hit ground ball to the right side. Scooped up by Altuve. His throw to first in time to get JP, and there's one out. All right, time now for this afternoon's Men of Steel report, brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Got to be Josh Naylor, first home run of the year, a line shot. 3-run home run to straightaway right field in the bottom of the first inning with Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez aboard. Number 1 for Josh. Here is Mitch Garver getting the start behind the plate this afternoon. Mike Burrows on the mound, fires away, fastball strike, 0-1. And that's today's Men of Steel report, brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Visit steelusa.com or your local Steel dealer today. Next pitch to Mitch is low and outside for ball 1. Garver, right-handed hitter. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on, fly ball, shallow center field off the end of the bat. Racing in is Trammell, and this is going to drop in for a base hit. Trammell connected to it, landed in front of him. He was hustling in, but couldn't quite make the catch. So Mitch Garver, right off the end of the bat, a bloop single into straightaway center. So right now, the hits are falling in, and the Mariners hitting the ball out of the ballpark. We've been waiting for the big three to come through, and man, they have come through on this homestand. Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor combining to get those 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Cal the single, Julio a double, and Josh the home run. And here's Cole Young. The pitch on the way to Cole, a strike on the inside corner. In the meantime, this kid has put together an outstanding start offensively and defensively at second base. He's been fun to watch. Burrows from the stretch, fires away, swing and a miss, make it a good changeup. And the count is now 0-2 on Cole. Burrows with the Pirates last year made a start against the Mariners. This is only his second start against Seattle. He pitched very well as a Pirate against the Mariners in Seattle right here on July the 5th. Went 5 scoreless innings. The next pitch to Cole, swing and a miss for strike 3. And Burrows has his second strikeout of the afternoon. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second. But Burrows went 5 innings, gave up no runs, just 3 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 6. Pitching for the Pirates that day. Brings up Brendan Donovan for the second time already. And the pitch to Brendan is high and outside for ball 1. Burrows with the Pirates last year was 2 and 4 with a 3.94 ERA. 23 games, 19 starts. The stretch and the pitch to Donovan. Swinging a drive deep into the gap in right center field. Smith going back to the 1-2 track to the wall, and he makes the catch right up against the wall, right in front of the T-Mobile sign to rob Donovan of an extra base hit, and that will retire the side. But Donovan gave it a
snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed a cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pregame, postgame, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Well, it's been a great start for the Mariners today. 3-0 the lead. Here's Kirby's first pitch of the third, and he sends it over for a strike, facing Diaz, the catcher for Houston. Josh Naylor, 3-run home run for the Mariners. They're off and running, looking for the 4-game sweep against the Astros. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hard hit on one hop, right to shortstop. JP gloves, sidearm fling to first to get the out. Just one away. Who's Hot brought to you by Fireside Home Solutions. Check them out for the perfect garage door, outdoor living space, or fireplace in Bellevue, Auburn, Spokane, or Portland, or firesidehomesolutions.com. Right now it's the Mariners. Everything's going pretty well in this series against the Astros. Piling up plenty of runs offensively. As Kirby into the wind, here's his pitch to Allen. That's high for a ball. I don't think you can say enough, too, about Logan Gilbert and his start yesterday. 7 innings, 1 run against the Astros. Houston has been the best offensive team in baseball coming into this series. The 1-0 swung on. That's it right to JP at short. Scoops it up off the white shoes. Throws to first in time. Quickly 2 away. And especially the context of going into the game, we knew the Mariners had 3 guys in the back end that had gone back-to-back days. So getting 7 from Logan was very nice.
Oh, it was huge. 7 innings. Strong innings, only 1 walk of the 7 strikeouts. He had some easy contact and quick outs. As you know, Altuve's hitting right now. You hear the booze in the background. But George Kirby is getting a lot of quick outs, Gary.
Here's the pitch outside. Yeah, that's pitch number 28. He's been very efficient so far. He's allowed just a couple of singles. Altuve flew to left his first time. Mariners up 3-0, third inning.
Logan threw only 85 pitches in 7 innings last night.
Kirby's pitch, that's a strike. Throwing good heat. We've seen 97, 98 in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kirby working quickly, deals. Swung on, hit on a couple hops right to third base. Donovan has it. He throws a little wide to first, but Naylor keeps his toe on the bag. That's an easy breezy 1-2-3 for George Kirby. He's retired 5 in a row, and he's kept the Astros scoreless.
Whoa, and it was still a strike. How about that?
Me? He's falling down. He can't even see home plate.
Duke has it and throws a changeup in the dirt.
Really a silly play. And now he will display his soccer skills once again.
Be careful out there.
Oh, my.
Look at Berkman running to the
dugout. Are you kidding me?
Dugout.
These guys are scared to death.
Now the sprinklers come on. Somebody really messed up.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Mariners on top 3-0 over the Astros. Here's Cal Raleigh standing in against Burrows. He goes into the motion. Here's his pitch. That's too high. Mariners a 3-run home run from Josh Naylor in the first. Mariners looking for the sweep over the Astros. Quite a series for the Mariners offensively. Here comes the 1-0. He sends it over for a strike. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mariners have scored 26 runs in the series, including today, on 27 hits. Here's the 1-1 to Cal. Inside. Perhaps the most astounding numbers from this series. They've drawn 26 walks. They've struck out just 27 times. That's a lot of walks in a 4-game series. The 2-1. Swung on, fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just barely have more hits than walks, and they have a lot of hits. It's been constant traffic all series long.
Yeah, they won a game a couple of nights ago. They were out hit 17-7, but won the game because they took advantage of the walks and got the hits when it counted.
Here comes the 2-2 to Cal. Swung on, skied left field. Alvarez over. He's near the stands, watches it into the seats, foul, and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Burrow's over 30 pitches. It feels like he's throwing 100 plus no matter what happens. They need the length. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, fouled away again. Cal stays alive. Cal picked up a base hit his first time. Julio doubled after that, and that's when Naylor hit his 3-run home run.
At bats like this, not helping Mike Burrows.
No.
Long at bats. Because you're right, he's got to stay out there as long as he can with that depleted bullpen.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, softly hit right side. Walker races in, scoops it up under, and Dos Burrows isn't on the bag. Cal has an infield base hit. Cal Raleigh hustling down the line, picks up his 2nd hit of the day. He won the foot race.
Yeah, Raleigh usually can hit the ball 400 feet. This one goes maybe, 87 feet, but he could smell it. He saw that Burrows was getting there over to first base a little bit on the late side. He just went right on by Burrows, and a safe. Good hustle by Cal.
Eric Young Jr.'s reaction was the best I've seen. Here's Julio. He doubled last time. Time taken. Julio, a bolt, 110 off the bat, past Correa down the third baseline. So Cal, nice lead at first base. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed.
That was career base hit number 499 for Cal Raleigh.
Baseball's funny. He was searching for base hits in the first couple weeks, and here he is with kind of a broken bat, looper into the outfield, now an infield base hit. He'll take him. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, skied, right field. Smith, long run in. Altuve out as well. Altuve calling for it. He's going to take it. And there's one out. Bring up Josh Naylor. We produce our legendary moment of the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with a light. When it's game time, it's Miller time. A 3-run home run in the first. Kept things rolling for the Mariners. 3-0 the score. Your Mechanics Bank score. Bottom of the third. Cal Raleigh at first base. Here's the pitch to Josh. Swung on, lasered, center field. Has he done it again? Yes, he has. It's in the seats. Josh Naylor, a 2-run blast, and the Mariners lead 5-0. A bolt to center from Josh Naylor. Lightning strikes twice.
Josh Naylor on back-to-back swings. A home run in the first with 2 on, and now the first swing here in the bottom of the third, a 2-run shot. What an afternoon for Josh Naylor. 5 runs batted in. Standing ovation for Josh as he gets to the Mariners' first base dugout. What a day.
Well, it felt like it was coming. He was hitting the ball hard consistently, just didn't have a lot to show for it. Now he's got a lot to show for it today. That was crushed.
Hit a ball that hard, that far. You're looking for the fastball. You're getting the barrel out there. Timed perfectly. Long home run.
Here's Randy. Mariners up 5-0 over Houston. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the netting. Mariners 5 runs on 6 hits already. Randy, he's had a great series. 5 for 11, a couple of walks. His first home run of the season. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, rattled foul near home plate. And he catches the baseball on the bounce.
Came right back to him.
Yeah.
Straight down, straight up.
No balls, 2 strikes. Fans chanting Randy. Here's the pitch. It's low. So Naylor, a 3-run home run, a 2-run home run for the Mariners. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, smoked to third on a couple ops. Correa scoops it up, throws across in time, and there's 2 away. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. It's kind of a weird feeling today. It's Monday, a day game here. I'm talking to Dan Wilson before the game. He said he's been confused on what day it is all week. I mean, baseball is such a routine game, and not very often you have a wraparound series. Here's Luke Raley, the pitch. Swung on, broken bat, looper right field, falling fast. Smith in. He's not going to get there. It's a hit. It's all going the Mariners' way right now. Luke Raley with a knock.
Mariners very aggressive against Mike Burrows. They know he's got to get some quick outs, and he's trying to get that first pitch in there for a strike. 3 batters have gone after the first pitch here in the bottom of the third. Julio, Josh Naylor, and Raley.
So here's JP. JP has walked 7 times in this series. Also has 3 hits, including the walk-off the other night. Here's the pitch. That's a touchdown stairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Mariners wearing their home whites today. White jersey tops, white pants, as we have a challenge. JP looks surprised by the challenge. We'll see who it's a strike. So the Astros win it. Make it no balls and a strike. Burrow's climbing near 50 pitches already. He works here in the third. It's 5-0 Mariners. Your Mechanics Bank score. Here's the pitch. That's too wide. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike on Burrows, who was a Pirate for a couple of years. He was traded in the offseason, part of a 3-team trade. Tampa Bay involved because they have to be involved in a 3-team trade. I think it's a rule. Here's the 1-1. No, throw to first base, and Raley goes belly flopping back to the bag.
That is unusual. They are always involved in a lot of 3-team trades because they always seem to have that extra guy that somebody else needs.
Yeah, and they're willing to. They're willing to jump in.
Yeah.
Help make it happen. That's how the Mariners got Donovan. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fouled at home plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Raley at first base, bottom of the third. Meanwhile, Kirby on the other side has been outstanding so far. He's kept the Astros very quiet on just a couple of singles. Here's the 1-2. Swung on softly, hit to the left side. Correa steps in front of Allen, picks it up, throws to first to get the out. And that's it for the Mariners in the third, but damage done. Josh Naylor goes deep again, a 2-run home run. Mariners lead 5-0. We head to the fourth on the Mariners Radio Network.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Is really blowing. Dust and papers swirling onto the field. All-star ballots like a mini tornado out there. This will be a wonderful night for the grounds crew.
Well, you never know what you're going to see.
No, the players all turning away from that wind so they won't get the dust in their eyes. This looks like a scene out of a Humphrey Bogart
movie. Courage, determination, excellence. These are not just Jackie's values. They were a part of America's promise. In every child who dares to dream, in every voice that lifts and inspires others, Jackie lives on. Today we all carry him. In every place where someone dares to belong, Jackie is not just baseball history, he is America's history. We are Jackie Robinson, and we all belong in this game.
Over the Houston Astros, George Kirby has been excellent. Josh Naylor has homered twice, a 3-run home run, a 2-run home run. And this is the matchup here. Alvarez batting, the pitch. That's low. It's our premium matchup presented by Alaska Airlines, the official airline of the Seattle Mariners, and your new gateway to the world. Experience a new level of comfort aboard Alaska's new 787 Dreamliner, flying nonstop to top destinations around the globe. The pitch. That's in there. Alvarez off to such a great start this season. So are the Astros offensively. Here's the 1-1. Strike. It's amazing to look at, the Astros as a team this season. They've scored the most runs in baseball. They have the best on base percentage, the second best slug. Here's the 1-2 outside. Despite all of that, they have lost 7 games in a row. 4 games below 500 coming in. Here's the 2-2. A half cut. Did he go? He did not. And that's just really commentary on what the pitching has been like for Houston. Kirby goes into the wind. He deals. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Donovan ranging over. Close to the bag at third. Little stutter step makes the catch. And there's one away here in the 4th inning. That brings up Paredes. He has one of the 2 hits so far for the Astros. A couple of singles. That's been it so far. George has been so efficient. He goes into the wind. Here's his pitch. That's a strike. He sends it over. Just 37 pitches for Kirby so far. He's just been firing strikes. Here's his 0-1. Swung on, smashed on the first base line. It's a fair ball. It hits the sidewall, jets out. Raley picks it up. Paredes around first. He's going to be held as Raley throws a strike on one hop right on the money to second. Paredes, he would have been toast. So he's held to a single.
Great hustle. Then ball came right back to Raley. Played the bounce perfectly off where the seats kind of angle out. Came right to him, and Paredes saw that Luke was going to get there in a hurry. And man, what a throw. One hop strike.
That brings up Christian Walker. Mariners have, go back to last year, the Mariners have beaten the Astros 6 games in a row. We all remember the sweep at the end of the season in Houston that essentially won the division for the Mariners. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Mariners 3-0 against the Astros this year. They were 8-5 against Houston last year, 8-5 the previous year, and then in 23 they were 9-4. So you go back to 2023, the Mariners are 28-14 against Houston combined. Here's the 0-1 off the plate. And last year the Mariners finally able to break the stranglehold the Astros have had on the AL West. They'd won the West every year outside of the COVID year from 2016 on until last year when the Mariners took the title. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Which is why this series has been so important for the Mariners. The Astros clearly vulnerable with all their injuries, with the pitching woes, and give the Mariners credit. They've taken advantage. They've done what they've needed to do. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Went high heat upstairs, blew it right by him. That's the first strikeout for George. 2 away. Here's Correa. With us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Five nothing Mariners. Runner on first base, 2 outs. Correa batting. Here's the pitch. Swung on, rattled, just foul down the third base line. Correa back in an Astros uniform, was dealt to Houston at the deadline last year from Minnesota. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, fouled away. Whether they're in an Astros uniform or not, Altuve, Correa, Bregman, Springer, whatever, they're at T-Mobile Park, they get the same treatment. Kirby nods his head. He comes set from the stretch. No balls, 2 strikes. He delivers. Swung on, fouled off. That's into the seats, first base side. We'll do it again, 0-2. Kirby straightens up, set from the chest. The 0-2. Swung on, slowly hit third base side, and it's foul. Picked up by Donovan. Kirby coming off of a start against the Rangers. It was actually a complete game. Pitched 8 innings. His second career complete game. He's thrown 2 complete games in his career, both 8 innings. And he's thrown 1 game, 9 innings. That was not a complete game because it went 10.
Right, got something in his eye after that ball chopped in the dirt. Yeah, it's been a nice start for George Kirby and for just the staff overall.
Yeah. Kirby's on pace to go long in this one as well. 46 pitches. Here's his 0-2. Swung on and missed. That was a beauty. A slider that Correa cuts through. Second strikeout for George. He's held the Astros scoreless through 4. It's been a great day for the M's. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5.
Austin Slater swings and misses at a slurve that hit him, and he is down on strikes. That's marginally embarrassing.
Pete's going to make sure the hair is in decent shape. That moved the rally cap to the other side of the head.
Oh, look out. Big fella lost his shillelagh on that pass.
We got a ferry boat upside down, the collector cup. Raising the bar for all of us.
Hot shot. The ball bounced off his glove, and he's going, oh my, wow.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I am still in shock. I don't know if I've ever seen this.
I've never seen it on the big league level. Never seen it in my 22 years where the opposing ball club comes out to help the grounds crew.
They're getting drenched.
A few of them are even carrying sandbags around.
Shane Victorino's running around. He's yelling out directions, and the crowd giving the Phillies a big round of applause.
At T-Mobile Park. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
It's the Mariners and the Astros. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mariners on top 5-0. Garver stands in. The pitch to him. Swung on and missed. So Burrows gets ahead. Josh Naylor, a 3-run home run in the 1st, a 2-run home run in the 3rd. He's provided the punch today. The pitch. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meanwhile, George Kirby on the other side has been excellent so far. He's held the Astros scoreless on 3 hits. Burrows winds, deals. Swung on and missed. Garver picked up a hit his first time. Mariners have 7 hits in the game. No walks this time. Burrows has stayed in the zone, but the Mariners have taken advantage with base hits. Here's the 1-2. Swung on a miss. That's a strikeout. 1 away. Let's pause for station identification on the Mariners radio network. Here's Cole Young. The pitch. Swung on, ground ball up the middle, picked up by Allen behind the bag at second, throws to first in time to get Cole Young. There's 2 away. Hey, cheers to 50 seasons. Enter now to win a chance to attend the Seattle Mariners 50 season celebration night thanks to Corona. Head to cbisweeps.com/Corona Mariners 50 seasons to learn more. No purchase necessary. Open only to legal U.S. residents, Alaska, Hawaii, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington. Here's Donovan. The pitch to him. Sails outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Donovan nearly got extra bases last time. Cam Smith tracked it down in front of the wall in the gap. That was in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 2 so far. Here's the 1-0. Sails wide. 2 balls and no strikes. Donovan's off to a great start this year at the top of the order for the Mariners, carrying an on base over 400. The 2-0. Swung on miss, which is really fun to think about now that Cal and Julio and now Josh Naylor have all started to pick it up in this series. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. It's fun to think about the impact that Donovan can make at the top of the lineup when those guys are cooking offensively. How many runs he has the chance to score during the course of the season. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, line drive, base hit, left field, brings up chalk. It rolls towards the sidewall. Donovan around first base. He'll glide into second as Alvarez scoops it up. How about that?
It seemed like for days it was a hard time for the Mariners to buy a base hit, but now look at that, right off the end of the bat, just a little floater down the left field line. It's perfectly right on the left field line, so it made a long run for Alvarez, the left fielder, and Brendan Donovan an easy double down the left field line, and that is career double number 100 in Brendan Donovan's career.
That's the kind of hit where Astros just have to throw up their hands.
Yeah, it's that kind of year for them.
Here's Cal. Here's the pitch. Watches it down low. So Donovan at second base, 2 outs. Cal is 2 for 2. He's had a broken bat, base hit to left, an infield single as well. He has scored 2 runs. He's been aboard on both of Naylor's home runs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back to the screen. He took a good rip. Just fouled it straight back.
Mariners doing a great job this afternoon against Burroughs, putting the ball in play. Good things happen when you do that. Then they're also putting the ball in play with some authority as well with some of those base hits.
Yeah, they've had it all today. They've hit the ball hard. They've had a little luck. It's good to have both. Burroughs at 60 pitches. One ball, one strike. He deals to Cal. Strike. Looked like that was right at the top of the zone at 96 miles per hour. Give Burroughs credit. He knows he needs to give them innings, so he's been around the zone all day. Mariners with 8 hits, though. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back, spoiled off the netting. Count stays 1-2. Donovan takes a walking lead at second base. Allen playing behind the bag at second. Back heels nearly on the grass. The 1-2. Inside. After this, the Astros will head back home. They'll face Colorado in a series coming up. And you would normally think, well, that's a series to try and get things right. They were swept by Colorado coming here. So that won't be a gimme. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lifted right field, playable. Smith over, circles in front of the track by a couple of feet, makes a one-hand catch, and that's it for the Mariners in the 4th. So we head to the 5th. Mariners with the lead. It's 5-0 on the Mariners Radio Network.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games, all the games, pregame, postgame, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, our Mechanics Bank score, it's Josh Naylor 5 and the Astros nothing as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Cam Smith will lead things off. George Kirby's been outstanding through 4. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's a strike on Smith, 0-1. Josh Naylor, what an afternoon. A 3-run home run in the bottom of the first and a 2-run home run in the bottom of the third. Josh's first 2 home runs of the season. Kirby fires away the 0-1 pitch. Slider for a strike on the inside corner. The count is now 0-2. Cam Smith 0-for-1, bounced into a double play in the second. And let's see, George has faced just 2 hitters over the minimum. He's given up 1, 2, 3 base hits. Double play turned behind him. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and it's low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So George doing what George does best, and that's, my goodness, throw a lot of strikes. One of the best, really, when you think about it, when you take a look at his numbers in baseball history. Here's a swing and a line drive the other way down the right field line for a base hit. Up with the ball quickly is Raley. Luke gets the throw in, so Cam Smith with a base hit the other way. And the Astros have a man on here in the top of the 5th. Mariners lead 5-0. That'll bring up center fielder Taylor Trammell. Taylor 0-for-1 has grounded out to Naylor at first base. Mariners trying to get to that 500 mark in a hurry. Right now it's 7-9. Swinging a ground ball through the left side, a base hit for Trammell. That'll get Smith down to second. Up with the ball is Randy Arozarena, so right away the Astros have runners at first and second with nobody out. Say, friends, everyone knows a teacher worth celebrating. You can help us honor 24 of them with a $500 classroom grant through the WSECU Teacher of the Week program. For complete rules and to submit your nomination, go to mynorthwest.com/teacher. Rick Riz along with Gary Hill Jr. and Shannon Dreher in a cloudy Monday afternoon. Time is called as Mitch Garver goes out to the mound, have a talk with George. Gives him a slap on the backside, turns around and heads out back behind home plate. Here's catcher Yainer Diaz, who gave the Astros their only run of the game yesterday, so you have to be careful with this guy. He could put the Astros within striking distance. Diaz hit a home run to left field in the 6-1 Mariner win. Kirby ready, fires away to Diaz. Swing and a miss, and he starts him off with a good slider down and away. So Mitch went out there, just a little reminder, hey, this guy hit the ball hard in yesterday's ball game. Let's be careful with him, especially on the first pitch. You know he's going to be aggressive because George gets you in swing mode because he throws so many strikes. Now the 0-1 on the way to Diaz. Swinging a line drive into left center field. That's in there for a base hit. Smith rounding third. He's going to be waved in. He'll score. Trammell around to third. Up with the ball is Julio. The throw will go into second base. And the Astros are on the board here in the top of the 5th inning. It's now the Mariners 5 and the Astros 1. And still nobody out here in the 5th. So now the Astros have runners at first and third. And the batter will be shortstop Nick Allen. Allen 0-for-1 has grounded out to J.P. Crawford at short, and Kirby will take that. Infield is back up the middle. They try to turn 2 and give up a run, trying to do it. Nobody out. Kirby a check of the runners, and the pitch to Allen. Swinging a chopper right to Young at second base. He's got it over to J.P. There's one. The throw to first in time for the double play. And yeah, the Astros get a run out of it. But the Mariners just want to stay away from the big inning. Double play. Allen is out at first base. They get Diaz at second. Taylor Trammell will score from third. It's now the Mariners 5 and the Astros 2. But it's a 4-6-3 double play. And the Mariners and George Kirby 1 out away from getting out of the inning. Here's Jose Altuve. 5-2 Mariners lead. 2 runs are in for Houston. The wind of the pitch to Altuve. Swinging a pop-up. This one is out of play on the first base side. 0-1. Mariners 5 runs on 8 hits. The Astros now 2 runs on 6 base hits. Close to third base. Brendan Donovan near the cut of the grass. The windup and the 0-1 pitch. And it's inside, and George really had Altuve backing away from ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. George loves pitching here at home at T-Mobile Park. Down through the years, he has 23-16 here at home with a 3.04 ERA. That's the third best home ERA in Mariners history. Here's the pitch. Low and outside with a changeup. Ball 2. 2-1 the count on Altuve. Everybody knows about George's brilliance as far as throwing strikes and not walking anybody. He hasn't allowed more than 3 walks in any of his career starts. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper up the middle. J.P. Crawford way to his left, has it near the bag. The throw to first, and it's in time to get Altuve. Nice play by J.P. Crawford to retire the side. The Astros, they'll get a couple here in the top of the 5th inning. We're at the halfway point. Our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Mariners 5 and the Astros 2.
Courage, determination, excellence. These are not just Jackie's values. They were a part of America's promise. In every child who dares to dream, in every voice that lifts and inspires others, Jackie lives on. Today we all carry him. In every place where someone dares to belong, Jackie is not just baseball history, he is America's history. We are Jackie Robinson, and we all belong in this game.
23-year-old flamethrower Chase Burns, the second overall pick in 2024. The pitch blew by you, strike 3, right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99 right on by him. Triolo down on strikes. And the inning comes to a close on Burns' 5th strikeout of the game.
Make it 2. It's a half dozen Ks for Chase Burns.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Davis looked like he had no chance.
That one had a bit of bite to it. He kind of spun that one in the zone to Horowitz for the first batter of this inning hit.
Second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Burns through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Pirates. It's the Reds 2, Pirates nothing.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, it's now the Mariners 5 and the Astros 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning on a cool, cloudy Monday afternoon. Julio Rodriguez leads it off. Here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss at a slow curveball from Mike Burrows, 0-1. Burrows about ready to pitch as many innings this afternoon as the 3 starters combined in the last 3 games. Here's the pitch to Julio. Swinging a line shot left field, base hit. Oh my goodness, the ball jumping off his bat the last week or so. So Julio gets aboard. Up with the ball as Alvarez gets a throw into second base. Julio's second hit of the afternoon. And here comes the star of the game right now, Josh Naylor, with a 3-run home run in the first, a 2-run home run in the third. And let's see if Josh can hit another one here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Not too many guys have hit 3 home runs in one game, but Naylor is on the precipice of doing that as far as baseball history, Mariners history. Pitch on the way to Josh, swing and a miss. He was going for the downs. He wanted to hit one back to his hometown of Toronto, and the count is 0-1 on Naylor. Josh jumped on the first pitch for that 2-run home run to center field in the third. Now the look in by Burrows delivers, and it's low and outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. He has tied a personal high with 2 home runs in a game, and he's done it now 6 times. The last time he did it was in September of 2024 when he was with Cleveland in a game against Minnesota. He's never hit 3 home runs in a game. The stretch and the pitch to Naylor. It's outside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Strong enough to do it. Hit 20 home runs last year and drove in 92 runs. But the stat that really stands out is stolen base total. 30 steals last year, 19 with the Mariners after coming over from the Diamondbacks. Here's a toss over to first base. Diving back is Julio. The Mariners lead 5-2. Astros came up with 2 runs at the top of the 5th inning. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Infield really turned around to the right side. Allen, the shortstop, right behind the bag. The stretch, and now the pitch. Swinging a fly ball into right field. Popped up near the line. Going out is Altuve, and he makes the catch. And there's one away. I was just watching the swing by Naylor. He just jumped on that pitch, but the ball just popped it up shallow down the right field line. So one on and one away, and Josh just missed that. Man, he got underneath it. Well, the Mariners are leveling up their giveaway game all season long, and coming up on Friday, it's Kingdome Fanny Pack Hat Night. The first 10,000 fans will score this one-of-a-kind throwback hat thanks to Global Credit Union. Get your tickets at Mariners.com. There goes Julio swinging a ground ball to first off the bat of Randy Rosarena right to Walker. Walker has it, steps on the bag for the out on Randy. And on the play, Julio was running, so he gets down to second base. So Rosarena grounds out to Christian Walker at first. Runner on at second, 2 outs, 5-2 Mariners. And that'll bring up Luke Raley. Luke swinging a hot bat. Good series. 5 for 15 in the series. Had a base hit to right field his last time up in the third. 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch to Raley. Check swing. And it's outside for ball 1. Mariners looking for a 4-game sweep over the Astros. That is so tough to do. 4-game series. The stretch. And the 1-0 pitch to Luke way outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Burrows out of Waterford, Connecticut. Left round pick in June of 2018 by the Pirates. Traded away to Houston in December of last year. The stretch and the 2-0 toss. Instead, a turnaround and look, and Julio gets back to the bag at second base. We're going to be in San Diego tomorrow night, game 1 of a brief 3-game road trip against the Padres. Brian Wu will get the start tomorrow night against Michael King. Hancock on Wednesday and Castillo on Thursday night. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Raley, and the count is now 2-1. And the Mariners get right back, and on Friday night, right back home, get ready to take on the Texas Rangers for 3 and then the A's for 3. Make your plans to come on by T-Mobile Park. Next pitch to Luke. Swinging a line drive, diving. Altuve at second, base in the right field. Gets on by Jose. Rounding third, heading home. Julio Rodriguez, he will score. Luke Raley with a 2-out RBI single. A screaming low liner past the diving Altuve at second. And it's now the Mariners 6 and the Astros 2. And Luke Raley hitting everything hard. Big RBI with 2 outs. And that puts even more pressure on the Astros, who were thinking, well, maybe we're kind of back in this ball game with 2 runs in the top half of the inning. But right now, the Mariners lead 6-2. And here's J.P. Crawford. The pitch at J.P. Big swing and a foul back, and the count is 0-1. So Luke now with 10 runs batted in on the season. He's on at first base, held on by Walker. Burrows from the belt, and the pitch to Crawford. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And I think we got a challenge coming up from the Astros. Let's see if it is a ball or a strike, and it is a strike. So make the count 0-2. On JP, so catcher Yainer Diaz wins that challenge. What's called the ball. Now the count 0-2. The stretch by Burrows, and the right-handers next offering to JP up high. That is ball 1, 1-2. Mariners, their 50th season. They set up shop. Can you believe it? 50 years ago, 1977 at the old Kingdome. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch to JP, swinging a hard hit ground ball up the middle into right center field for a base hit. Raley running second, heading for third. Up with the ball is Smith. The throw into second, and the Mariners keep coming, keep swinging the bats, keep getting their base hits, keep the pressure on the Houston Astros pitcher in all 4 games of this series. Crawford with a solid single up the middle, and now the Mariners have runners at first and third with 2 outs for Mitch Garver. And now time is called. Josh Miller, the pitching coach, has worn out a path from that third base dugout to the mound. in this 4-game series.
He has been a frequent visitor. No one throwing yet in the Astros pen. They have a couple guys starting to stretch and loosen up, but as we talked about Burrows, we expect him to throw 100 pitches no matter what happens, simply because of the state of the Astros bullpen.
Yeah.
He's at 80 right now.
Mariners have had base runners all over the place. Yeah, you're right, 80 pitches for Burrows. He has been in trouble almost every inning. And now Miller back to the Astros third base dugout. So that'll bring up Mitch Garver. Mitch looking for a base hit. He got a single off the end of the bat back in the second. 1 for 2 on the day. Mariners looking to add on. They lead 6-2. The stretch and the pitch to Garver. Swing and a pop up into shallow center field. Backpedaling. The second baseman Altuve is there, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Well, the Mariners tack on another run. An RBI single by Luke Raley. We go to the top of the.
Going back, Bellinger, and he makes the play. He didn't even know he had it. He had to look into the glove.
You can hit it anywhere, but you can't hit it into the crowd zone.
Backhanded by Wilson. John Thornton first. Unbelievable.
Sliding stop to his feet. Got him. Nice play. Diving catch made by Jesus Sanchez.
He's in front of the monster. He leaps up and he makes the catch. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's on the money and the tag in time. Sliding stop by Thornton is to his feet. He makes the catch. He leaped in the air and hung on. And with a last minute stab, hauls it in at the wall. Carroll back, track, leaps, and he got it. Riley bare hands throws. Wow! Got him! And a sweet pick at first by Olsen.
On the slide and the shovel.
Running, diving, catching. Not many better in the big leagues than Alec Thomas.
Here's Dunn. He just missed this one, hitting it a ton. Will it stay in the park against the wall? It is off the glove, and it's gone. It's gone. Unbelievable. It was in the ballpark, but it bounced off Nady's glove over the fence for a homer, and Dunn says, I'll take it.
Here we go to the 6th inning. Mariners with the lead 6-2 over the Astros. Your Mechanics Bank score. Alvarez will lead things off for Houston. Here comes the pitch to him. It's a strike. Alvarez also led off the 4th inning. This is the perfect spot for him, for the Mariners. Leading off an inning with nobody aboard. He's not batted with a base runner in this game.
That's the way you like it.
Yeah.
For this guy.
I mean, he's going to get his hits. He's going to get his homers. The thing to control is who's aboard in front of him. Here's the pitch. That's down low. George got a timely double play last inning. Astros 3 straight hits to start the inning. They got 2 runs, but it could have been worse. Mariners lead by 4. Here's the 1-1. Inside, backs Alvarez off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mariners should be ready to go in the bullpen as we take a look at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort pen report. The 2-1. Swung on, rattled foul. First base side. Pen report brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Mariners had 3 guys at the back end last night going into the game that had gone back-to-back, so we were assuming Munoz, Brash, Pizzardo were all down, which put some pressure on Logan. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs. Full count. Logan came through 7 innings. So did the offense. A little cushion at the end of the ball game. So much easier for Dan Wilson to navigate without those guys at the back end. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, popped up, foul territory, third base side. Donovan, long run, ranging over near the side wall. He makes the catch on the move on the warning track. Nice play. 1 out. So the Mariners should have a full complement today, as needed. Meanwhile, for the Astros, it's anyone's guess who's available. They've thrown so many pitches in this series. Burrow's trying to give them as much length as possible. He's at 80 pitches. He's gone 5. Here's a pitch from Kirby. That's a strike. Paredes is 2 for 2, a couple of singles.
Houston manager Joe Espada has gone to his bullpen 13 times in the opening 3 games of this series.
It's remarkable. Here's the pitch. And it's just off the plate. France is back on the roster. France was here, pitched, flew back to Houston, basically landed and flew back. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. A flurry of roster moves before the game for the Astros, including putting their shortstop on the IL. Pena on the IL, which is a big loss.
Yeah, hamstring strain.
Am I going to the IL as well? Here's the 1-2. Down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've never heard of a road trip where a team has had to send so many guys back home because of injury. Here's the 2-2. That's up and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They've sent 3 starters home on this trip. All have gone to the IL. They've lost 2 starting position players as well. The full count offer. Swung on and missed. He got it by him. Good fastball at 97. 3rd strikeout for Kirby. Here inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Mariners looking for the 4-game sweep. Right now leading the Astros in the 6th inning. Christian Walker will bat. Kirby winds, delivers. Swung on, fouled back to the netting. Here comes the 0-1. That's why, as we take a look at the Chevy Equinox scoreboard, there's nothing to look at in baseball. This is the only game going. It's a rare Monday afternoon game. Everything else is going to start later. The Mariners will take on the Padres, though, starting tomorrow. 6:40 first pitch. Wu against Michael King. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Padres have been playing some great baseball recently. They just swept Colorado at home in 4 games. They've won 5 in a row. They're playing their best baseball of the early season. Say that about the Mariners as well. So that should be a good series against San Diego. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Padres have won 8 of their past 9 after losing 4 of their first 5 to start the season. Here's the 1-2. Half cut, did he go? Yes, he did. George Kirby, another punch out. His 4th of the game. He goes 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Another 0 on the board. We go to the bottom of the inning. Mariners on top. It's 6-2. Your Mechanics Bank score on the Mariners.
2 outs, 2 strikes on Reggie. And you've got to know he's going to get the super sinker. The set, here it comes. The sinker swung on and missed. Reggie is fuming and Dale Ford. Reggie's been ejected. Reggie Jackson has been thrown out of the game. And now Reggie comes back. He's got a bucket of ice. And he's spreading it all over the AstroTurf. He can't believe it.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
No ticket fees. Join today at mariners.com/flex.
First pitch to Cole Young is a strike to start the 6th inning. 6-2 Mariners. Bottom of the 6th, you're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota Ready booth. The pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burrows over 80 pitches. No one throwing in the bullpen yet. Mariners a 4-run lead. They've wrapped out 11 hits. The pitch outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. What has been different about this game compared to the first 3? The Mariners have not drawn a walk in this one. Burrows has been in the zone. The 2-1. Swung on a missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Josh Naylor has been the star so far today. A 3-run home run in the first, a 2-run home run in the third. Luke Raley's picked up an RBI base hit as well. That's been the scoring. And George Kirby has been excellent. The 2-2. Swung on, line drive center field. Trammell a couple steps back, ranging back, makes the catch just above the ball cap. And there's 1 out. In fact, George Kirby is our working hard player of the game, brought to you by Keen Utility and Whistle Workwear. For the ones working hard every day, Keen Utility available at Whistle Workwear. Kirby so far, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Donovan stands in. He doubled last time. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Nearly doubled the time before that as well. It was a nice catch by Smith in the gap in the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-0. Misses wide. 2 balls and no strikes. Burrows into the motion. He deals. That's low. 3 balls and no strikes. He's fallen way behind. Now look at the length of innings by the starters in this series for Houston. On this road trip from Houston, it's startling. The 3-0. Strike over the corner. J.P. France has started to throw for the Astros. This will be pitch number 90 for Burrows, so he's getting near the end of the line. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Burrow's last start was in Colorado on the 7th. He went 5 1/3 in that start. That's how far he's gone so far in this one. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, fouled away. Since he went 5 1/3. Here's the length of starts that the Astros have gotten. 1 inning, 1/3 of an inning, 4 1/3, and 1 inning. Here's the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. And Donovan aboard. That's not a lot of length. Here's Cal. Cal is 2 for 3 on the day. A couple of hits, a couple of runs scored. He's the DH today for the Mariners. Mariners looking to extend the lead. Up by 4, bottom of the 6th. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. A big rip. Steps out of the box for a moment, now back in. Burrows looks at first base. Donovan, the cautious lead there at first. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up left field. A late start for Alvarez. Now scoots in. He's there to make the catch. 2 outs. That brings up Julio. Julio's having a good series. Has 2 hits today, so he's 2 for 3. He has 7 hits in the series, batting nearly 500 in the series with some pop too. A couple doubles, a homer. All of it's great to see. Naylor on deck with 2 home runs today. Here's the pitch. Inside, almost hits him. Julio's got a jackknife out of the way. Mariners a 4-run lead. France looks ready in the bullpen. Burrow's at 95 pitches. The bearded righty lets out a deep breath. Brings the glove to the belt. Here's the 1-0 offer. No, throw to first base. And Donovan goes sliding back. Donovan 1 steal on the year. Has traditionally not run very much in his career. 3 steals last year for St. Louis. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt. He'll return to St. Louis coming up. The Mariners have a road trip coming up to St. Louis, and you can imagine he'll be greeted very warmly. A fan favorite in St. Louis.
Yeah, they loved him. All-Star last year, Gold Glove winner a few years ago.
The 2-0 swung on and missed. My dad is from St. Louis and still has family back there, so they're all big Cardinal fans. And I've gotten a message through my dad. A couple of his family members, they say, tell him that we miss him so much.
I'll pass along. Best wishes.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on ground ball to third. Charging Correa. Scoops it up. Fires to first just in time to get Julio. And that's it for the Mariners in the 6th. So we move along to the 7th inning. Mariners and Astros. M's a 6-2 lead on the Mariners Radio Network.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
With Billy Sorrell.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Carlos Correa going to lead things off against George Kirby in the 7th inning. Mariners with the lead 6-2. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. It's been a good game today for the Mariners, looking for the 4-game sweep. Kirby into the wind, his pitch. And he sends it over at the knees for a strike. Kirby trying to do what Logan Gilbert did yesterday and go 7. Into the motion, deals. He sends that a bit downstairs. Here's the 1-1 upstairs. Yeah, look at the Astros. We've talked about their offense, and they've just been scorching to start the season, scoring runs on everybody. The longest start of the season against the Astros was yesterday. Logan Gilbert, the only starter that has gone 7 against Houston this season, which isn't a surprise given how much they've scored. So that's not a start to be taken for granted. 7 innings of 1-run ball against Houston. The 2-1. Swung on, fouled away. So going into yesterday, there was not one start of 7 innings against the Astros, and Kirby could make it 2 in a row against Houston. He's trying to get through 7 here. He's at 80 pitches, so he has space. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Fastball right by him. 5th strikeout, 3rd in a row for George Kirby. Good heater. There's 1 away.
And he's taking care of the 3, 4, and 5 hitters with those 5 strikeouts. Manny Paredes, the number 3 hitter, Walker, the cleanup hitter twice, and now Correa twice.
Kirby to the wind, the deal to Smith. Swung on, lifted, right field, hit pretty well. Raley backing up on the track now, makes the catch. 2 outs. Made quick work of the Astros for most of the day outside of the 5th inning, where the Astros picked up 3 hits in a row. But outside of that, he's been great.
No doubt about it, Gary. And again, first pitch swinging and out, and that's why George Kirby is still cruising with 2 outs right away here in the top half of the 7th inning. A lot of guys recording an out on the 1st or 2nd pitch from George all day long.
Here's Trammell. The wind, the pitch. Strike. Hey, you think about this from the Houston perspective. If you're a fan of the Astros watching this series play out, and the Astros having trouble getting through the 1st inning, and here's Gilbert going 7 and Kirby about to go 7. What they would do to have a starter go 7.
What they would do to have a healthy starter.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on, check swing. That's off the dugout netting, 3rd base side. You could also make the case the Astros got a break by not facing Brian Wu in this series.
Yeah, take your pick. All 5 guys have been outstanding for the Mariners. But the downside for the Astros is that, you know, these guys are hurt. It's going to take a while for them to get back. So it's not going to get better anytime soon, it seems like.
Kirby, his 0-2. Strike 3 called, freeze him. Burning it at the kneecaps. 97 miles per hour. George Kirby, excellent all day long against the Houston Astros. 7 strong innings, only 2 runs allowed.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pregame, postgame, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindos.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
The Mariners kick off a 6-game homestand this Friday. Don't miss great giveaways like the Kingdom Fanny Pack hat on Friday night versus the Rangers, thanks to Global Credit Union, and 3 straight Mariners value games against the A's, Monday, April 20th through Wednesday, April 22nd. Lock in your seats today at mariners.com.
Well, here is Josh Naylor. He has homered twice in the game already. He'll lead off the 7th against J.P. France. Here comes the pitch to Naylor. Swung on, skied, 3rd base side, foul territory. Correa over in foul ground as Room makes the catch. Well, that drama ended pretty quickly. You know, there's only been one 3-homer game in the history of this ballpark, and it wasn't a Mariner that did it. Victor Martinez, you have to go back to 2004, is the only player with a 3-homer game here. Randy bats the pitch. It's a strike at the knees. The last 3-homer game for the Mariners, you don't have to go back that far. Remember, against the Royals, Tom Canzone had a 3-homer game against Kansas City in September last season, the 0-1. Swung on, lifted, right field, hit well. Cam Smith back. He's in front of the track, settles underneath. He makes the catch, and France is quickly put 2 away. Doesn't happen very often, though. The most recent 3-homer games outside of Canzone last year, Kyle Seager in 2019, and that was one where there was one on the warning track and hit the glove of the outfielder and popped over the wall, so he had a little help, but hey, it's a 3-homer game. Jose Lopez in 2010, Luke Raley batting. Here's the pitch to Luke. Wide. And then Mike Cameron. It was the 4-homer game in 2002. Those are the most recent 3+ homer games for the Mariners.
Cammy almost had 5.
The one at bat. Swung on, line drive, base hit, right field. Luke Raley, his 3rd hit of the day. Had 3 hits yesterday. He has 3 hits today. He's on a roll. Here's JP. JP 1 for 3 on the day. Mariners have 12 hits. The pitch upstairs. 6 runs, 12 hits. Mariners 2 runs, 6 hits for the Astros. Mariners closing in on a 4-game sweep of their arch rivals in the division. Raley, a nice lead at first. Here comes the 1-0. Misses away. 2 balls, no strikes. Raley had 9 3-hit games coming into today, so make it 10 now in his career. And he's had him in back-to-back days. Matt Brash getting loose for the Mariners now. You figured George Kirby's probably done for the day. He did his job. The 2-0. Swung on, lifted center field. Trammell racing back. He has plenty of room, though. Still drifting on the track. Little back pedal makes the catch. And the Mariners put away in the 7th. We'll move along to the 8th. Mariners leading. It's 6-2 on the Mariners Radio Network.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Raines, who pops it up. Lopez fires his mask right into the gut of Tim Raines. Injury to Insel.
Now you got to laugh to keep from crying. Oh! Oh, that got me. Oh, was that funny? I know it's not funny, but he's all right.
Left center, Profar sprints over. Oh, he lost it.
Looked like it was going to be a really good play for Jurgen Profar.
He did not see that ball. He didn't even come close to it.
These interactions between De La Cruz and Tito Francona have been priceless.
Got it there.
Yes, indeed. And the ball wasn't the only thing that landed in the basket.
What in the world happened out there to Jung-Hoo Lee?
That's wild. I mean, you don't see that in the big leagues.
Well, our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Mariners 6 and the Astros 2 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. And we look out there. Guess who's out there? Still George Kirby. He's been outstanding all day long. He's thrown just 85 pitches in 7 innings. The wind and the pitch to Yainer Diaz, swinging a line drive, diving catch. Second baseman Cole Young robbing Diaz of a base hit. Screaming low liner to the right side of the infield. Cole was shaded toward the bag at second, diving back to his left, robbing Diaz. Holy smokes, what a play. 1 pitch, 1 out. I'm telling you, Cole Young has played some outstanding defense here in the early part of the year, and he's going to continue to do that. 1 down, and here's shortstop. No. Yeah, this is Nick Allen. No, it's not. We got a pinch hitter. Pitch on the way, and it's going to be low and outside. This is Joey Loperfido batting for Allen. What a play by Cole Young. Loperfido, left-handed hitter. The wind and the pitch from George, and it's high and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Kirby hasn't walked anybody in this game. He went 8 innings his last time out in Texas. Complete game loss 3-2. Here's the pitch, strike on Loperfido, and the count is now 2-1. So back-to-back starts. Kirby's going to go 8. Brilliant this afternoon. The windup and the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a soft looper down the left field line. Slicing. Foul. Just foul down the left field line. By about a foot, and the count is even on Loperfido at 2-2.
He's gone 8+ 4 times in his career. He's never done a back-to-back, so this would be a first. Spire is warming along with Brash just in case.
George trying to get through 8 innings, and man, he has spun a beauty this afternoon. 7 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on just 6 hits, but no walks, and that's George Kirby. Doesn't walk anybody. The windup and the 2-2 to Loperfido. It is just a bit inside. All 3-3-2. Man, every time I say that, I think of Mr. Euchre, Bob Euchre, one of the greatest announcers in the game of baseball, one of the greatest ambassadors in the history of the game. The windup and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side. Diving stop. J.P. Crawford gets up. The throw to first, and it skips on by Josh Naylor. Down the right field line. A great effort by Crawford. Diving to his right. Trying to rob Loperfido of a base hit. Throw is a little bit wide, and man, that's going to be a base hit by Loperfido. Naylor had the long stretch to the outfield side of the bag. What a play by JP.
And the decision point, I think, is going to be with Alvarez, depending on what happens here with Altuve. Yeah. Spire ready in the bullpen.
George has retired Alvarez all 3 times tonight. Popped him up twice to Donovan at third. Got him to fly out to Julio in center. But he got a lefty ready. Here's the pitch to Jose Altuve, and a big swing and a miss by Altuve. And the count is 0-1. George, for the better part of this game, has kept the ball on the ground. A lot of ground ball outs. He's got 6 strikeouts along the way. And 5 balls hit in the air. Here's a swing and a tap foul right at home plate. And the count is 0-2 on Altuve. But you really don't get hurt if you can keep the ball on the ground, and George has done that. He's had 2 double plays turned behind him. He had 3 infield outs as the Astros went out 1-2-3 in the third. Now the stretch by Kirby, and the slender right-hander is 0-2 on the way to Altuve, swinging a ground ball right side, nubbed out to Young, over to second for 1. JP's relay to first is going to be not in time. Altuve is safe at first base. They get the out on Loperfido at second. The ball just wasn't hit quite as hard over to Cole Young at second. They tried really hard to turn 2, but now runner at first with 2 outs. Say, friends, when considering a Volvo, people should come to Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood to experience the Sandberg difference. The only Excellence Award winner and family-owned and operated Volvo dealership in the Northwest. Come in as a friend and leave as a member of the family. See great reviews at SandbergVolvoCars.com. Sandberg Volvo in Linwood, Washington. Here comes Danny Wilson out of the dugout, and George Kirby's going to come out of the ball game to a rousing applause from the crowd here at T-Mobile Park. Right now, the crowd coming to their feet. This is going to be it for George Kirby. He has been brilliant this end. No, he's going to stay in the ball game. Danny's going to leave him in. He looked into the eyes of George Kirby. He saw the flames shooting out. And George says, I want to stay in for one more out here in the 8th inning. I want to go 8. And Danny said, okay, Tiger, go get him. And Danny turns around, heads back to the dugout. The Mariners lead 6-2. Runner on at first, 2 outs. And he's going to pitch to Yordan Alvarez. Like we said, Alvarez right now 0 for 3 on the afternoon against George. Kirby ready from the belt. And here's the pitch on the way. Alvarez takes a little bit up. Ball 1. On deck, Isaac Paredes. But George trying to get the final out here in the 8th. This will be his final inning. Here's the stretch. And the pitch to Alvarez low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And I'm sure somewhere at the end of that conversation, Danny said, you want this guy? And George obviously said yes, but said, be careful. And you have to every time you face Yordan Alvarez. Now the stretch. And the 2-0 pitch on the way. Alvarez takes, and that's outside. He's being careful with him. And the count is now 3-0. Like we said many times before, it's not a bad thing if you walk them. And right now the pitch count for Kirby, I believe around 98 pitches, and it is. Here's the set. Number 99 on the way to Alvarez. It's up high for ball 4. He walked him, so Alvarez a free pass. That's the first walk given up by George Kirby this afternoon. And it comes with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. That'll send Altuve to second, and that'll bring out Dan Wilson out of the dugout. And that's going to be it for George Kirby. And folks, now you're going to hear the rousing applause. You're going to see on the radio the standing ovation right now by the crowd here at T-Mobile Park on an outstanding performance by George Kirby. His 4th start of the season. He goes 7 2/3 innings. And listen to this ovation from the crowd here at T-Mobile Park. George making the slow walk to the Mariners' first base dugout. What a performance by Kirby. And Danny.
Hit to right field, backing up Judge, running out of room on the track. Reaches up, and he made the catch.
Over the head of Beavers. Walk it off. The Pirates defeat the Orioles, and they've won 4 in a row. Adell's back near the wall. He leaps, and he caught it. Joe Adell robs Raleigh of what would have been his first home run this year. Adell is back. He's at the wall. He leaps up. He got another one. Wow. Joe Adell, what a night.
That is unbelievable. Joe Adell.
Toward the corner. It's Joe Adell again near the foul pole. Leaping up. Did he catch it again? Joe Adell with his 3rd home run robbery tonight.
This might be the greatest defensive night by an outfielder ever.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
For career training, college, or an apprenticeship. Learn more on how to apply and get the game details at mariners.com/fundyourfuture.
Jet City Harley is giving NADA retail value when you trade your bike for a new Harley this week. 100% of all credit applications considered. Jet City Harley's retail trade value for your bike ends this Sunday. Adjustments made based on reconditioning and indicated trade equity may be applied to non-financed unapproved credit.
Well, the new pitcher for the Mariners, right-hander Matt Brash. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 8th. And the pitch on the way to Isaac Paredes is low and outside for ball 1. If you just tuned in, the Mariners are leading the Astros by a score of 6-2. Big story this afternoon, George Kirby and Josh Naylor. George Kirby leaving here in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch on the way to Paredes. Strike call with a nasty slider. 1-1 the count. Kirby, fantastic. 7 2/3 innings. Right now he's given up 2 runs. The runners on at first and second still belong to George, but he's given up 7 hits, walked only 1. That was Alvarez. Here in the 8th, he struck out 6. And he is something. 1-1 on Paredes. Matt Brash on in relief. He's been outstanding here at the start of the year. The stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Up and in for ball 2, 2-1. Brash 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA, 6 appearances, 5 2/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run. It's an unearned run. When you give up a run with the free runner on at second base in extra innings, here's a swing and a line shot left field toward the line. Over is Randy Arozarena at the 1-2 track. He's there and he makes the catch. Tosses the souvenir to somebody in Edgar's Cantina, and that will retire the side as Paredes hits a rocket but lines out to Randy in left field. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and our mechanic.
Batting third, number 5, George Brett.
I've never seen this before. Look at this. Not just the Royals with the respect, but the Rangers as well. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit! George Brett singles in his last at-bat. Wow. Way to go, George.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Rays now chasing a 2-1 deficit as Johnny DeLuca comes up.
Hey, there's a shot. Well tagged off the bat of DeLuca. That baby is gone. And the Rays tie this on one swing of the bat from Johnny DeLuca. A rocket shot. It sounded good, looked even better.
That cleared the bullpen and went up into the second deck.
438 feet, longest shot for DeLuca in his career.
Not a smidge of doubt. That ball was absolutely mashed.
Retirement Night, May 2nd, presented by T-Mobile. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
Catcher Mitch Garver leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, takes a pitch way up and in from J.P. France, who came on in relief in the 7th inning. Ball 1. Mariners 6 runs on 12 base hits this afternoon. Huge afternoon for Josh Naylor. Here's the pitch to Mitch, and it's down low, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Naylor with a 3-run home run, line drive to right field back to first, his first home run of the year. And then his next time up in his first swing in the 3rd inning, hit a home run to center field. Here's the pitch on the way, check swing, fouled out of play on the first base side by Garver, and the count is now 2-1. So Josh Naylor with back-to-back home runs in his first 2 at-bats this afternoon. Picks up 5 RBIs. He now has 7 on the year. Mitch Garver back up there. He's 1 for 3 on the day. France ready. The windup and the 2-1. Swinging a hard hit ground ball to third. Taken by Correa on a tough hop. Throws the first in time to get Garver, and there's 1 away. Well, this call to the bullpen brought to you by Sunset Auto Family in Sumner and Auburn. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that when the Mariners and Dan Wilson brought in Matt Brash to relieve George Kirby, who was outstanding. Kirby went 7 2/3 innings today. Walked only 1, struck out 6. Here's Cole Young. The pitch on the way to Cole, swing and a miss, and a good changeup from France. 0-1. Mike Burrow starting the game for the Astros. Wins 6 innings. Here's the stretch. And the pitch to Cole, low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. He went 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, 11 hits, walked only 1. That's been the issue with the Astros pitching staff. A lot of walks, but man, he gave up a lot of hits. Here's the pitch on the way, check swing. Did he go? He did not. He appealed to the third base umpire. Ball 2, 2-1. When you take a look at Burrow's numbers, that's what you see. 16 innings coming into the game, 22 hits, 10 runs earned, only 6 walks and 3 starts coming into today's game. The windup and the 2-1 swing and a miss by Young, and the count is even on Cole at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners been the recipients of 26 walks in the first 3 games of the series. Mariners looking for a 4-game sweep over the Astros. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swinging a hard hit ground ball, 1 hopper to the first. Up with the ball, Walker, he's got it, goes to the back for the out on Young. And the Mariners have 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Mariners Radio Network. Here's leadoff batter and third baseman Brendan Donovan. He takes a breaking ball from France low and inside for ball 1. Remember, we'll be in San Diego tomorrow night for game 1 of a brief 3-game road trip against the Padres. Next offer, swing and a line drive the other way to left field, softly hit by Donovan. That's his second base hit of the day. So he gets aboard for the 3rd time, and the Mariners have a man on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. You just tuned in. The Mariners leading the Astros 6-2. They will have 1 more try when we go to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be Walker, then Correa and Smith. Here is Cal Raleigh looking for his 500th career base hit. Got 2 this afternoon. Here's the pitch of the way, swinging a line shot foul over the top of first base coach E.Y. Jr. Eric Young getting out of the way, not taking any chances. With the new rule, the coaches have to stay within the lines of the coaching box. And EY at the far end of that coaching box on the first base side for Cal, batting left-handed. Here's the stretch, and the 0-1 is on the way to Cal. It's outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Career base hit number 498 was a single to left field. Career hit number 499 was an infield base hit in the 3rd. Cal Raleigh, 499 career hits. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way to Cal. Low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. And a slow roller to the right side. Burrows, the pitcher, was a little bit late covering, and Cal saw that, and man, he busted up that first base line. Was safe. The look in by France. Here's the stretch. And the right-hander's 2-1 pitch on the way to Cal. Swinging a high fly ball into left center field and deep. Trammell going back to the 1-inning track, still there near the wall, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Well hit, but Taylor Trammell back in time, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. Last try for the Astros. Our mechanics.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where are you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Hurley's had a good day. 2 hits for him. Swing and a drive. Belted right. Burley admires that one. She is long gone. Is it too early to say, holy cow? I think it is right on time. The Cardinals strike again. Tucson with 2 strikes. That ball was absolutely destroyed. What a 6th inning.
Goosebump moment here at the ballpark for everybody.
Well, here we go to the top half of the ninth inning on a cool, cloudy Monday afternoon here in Seattle. The Mariners leading the Astros by a score of 6-2. Great pitching by George Kirby, 6 2/3. Matt Brash got the final out in the eighth, and now right-hander Cole Wilcox is on in relief, looking for the final 3 outs in this game. The other story offensively, Josh Naylor with 2 home runs, his first 2 of the year, and 5 runs batted in. Christian Walker leads it off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Wilcox, no record with a 5.79 ERA, just 4 outings. He's worked 4 2/3 innings, given up 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. The next pitch is swing and a miss, and the count is now 0-2. So Wilcox looking to save the rest of the bullpen. So that's 2 days off for Munoz, the closer, and Bizzardo. Both guys worked a couple of days in a row. The look in by Wilcox, big right-hander. And the 0-2 on the way to Walker is way outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So anytime you can help save down to the bullpen, it's always a good thing. BECU, it's always a good time to save. Learn more about the BECU Early Saver account at BECU.org/Early Saver. Next pitch on the way to Walker, misses for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look in by Wilcox, 2-2, way outside for ball 3. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners really have awakened the bats in this 4-game series here at home. And this came right on the heels of the 5-game losing streak on the road. Here's the pitch on the way outside for ball 4. So Walker draws a walk, and with a 4-run lead, you don't want to put anybody on base. And here's Carlos Correa.
Munoz has started to throw just in case.
And here's Correa. So Andres getting loose, but Cole Wilcox would love to get 3 outs in a hurry. Get on the plane, head down to San Diego right after the game, take on the Padres tomorrow night at Petco Park. Wilcox fires away to Correa. Breaking ball and a beauty for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Wu against King tomorrow night. Hancock and Vasquez on Wednesday, and Castillo against Buehler on Thursday. Here's the pitch, low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Houston getting their 2 runs in the 5th inning, an RBI single by Yainer Diaz, and then a double play ball hit into by Nick Allen. The infield is back with nobody out, and that scored a run. Here's the pitch, swinging a fly ball into the gap in right center field. Raley going back. He's got a track near the warning track. He's there to make the catch. Luke Raley, an outstanding afternoon. Another 3-hit day for Luke Raley. Got back there in plenty of time, so 1 away for the Astros here in the top of the 9th inning. Walker back to first base, and that'll bring up Cam Smith. So Luke Raley with back-to-back games, Gary, in this series, 6 hits.
He's had a great series.
Here's Smith, 1 for 3 on the day. The pitch to him is down low for ball 1.
Strong start this year. Just had his year torpedoed last year with injuries, but he's been strong, healthy to start this season. He's been good.
No doubt about it. 1 on, 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. The pitch to Smith is just off the plate inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Double play ball ends it. The Mariners have turned 2 double plays in this game. That was behind George Kirby. Next offer, swing and a pop up out of play in the right field side, and the count goes to 2-1. Mariners had success against these Astros last year. They were 8-5 against Houston. They swept the Astros late in the year in Houston, so the Mariners have won 6 consecutive games against the Astros going back to last year. Trying to make it 7 in a row, the stretch. And the 2-1 pitch to Smith, swinging a ground ball foul right into the Astros third base dugout. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And anytime you can have success against a big-time rival in your division, really going to help out your cause. And it did last year. The Mariners won the West by 3 games over the Astros last year. They won the West Division title for the first time since 2001. The stretch and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball into the gap in right center field. Raley again going back to the one-inning track. Luke is there near the wall. Leaps up at the top of the fence. And he makes the catch. A long throw into second base. Raley timing his leap perfectly at the top of the wall in right field. Well hit by Cam Smith. And Raley with an outstanding catch for the second out of the inning. He was up there by the yellow stripe on top of the wall in right field. What a play by Luke. So now the Astros are down to their final out, 1 on and 2 away. Luke Raley, what an afternoon. Here is Taylor Trammell. There goes the runner. Pitch on the way and a swing and a miss by Trammell. The count is 0-1. Walker taken off. Mariners not concerned with Christian Walker on its second. Mariners with a 4-run lead, 6-2. Looking for a mop. A 4-game sweep. The stretch and the 0-1 on the way to Trammell. Here she comes. Swinging a ground ball right side. Over Naylor. He's got it. Underhands to Wilcox at the bag, and it's over. The Mariners sweep aside the Houston Astros in the 4-game series. They get the mop. They get the sweep. And the Mariners win again against Houston. Mariners win it 6-2 over the Astros to take the 4th and final game of this series. You talk about a turnaround. The Mariners right now doing the happy dance out there between the mound and second base. And a lot of happy fans here at T-Mobile Park are heading on home. Holy smokes, what a series. Great pitching this afternoon from George Kirby. In his 4th start of the year, he goes 7 2/3 innings. He gives up just 2 runs on 7 hits. He walked only 1. And that was Alvarez in the top of the 8th inning, the final man he looked at. And he struck out 6 along the way. So George picks up his 2nd win of the year. He goes to 2-2. And what a day for Josh Naylor. His 1st and 2nd home runs of the season. A 3-run shot to right in the 1st. A 2-run home run to center field in the 3rd. Josh Naylor with 5 RBIs and a